Hi guys, so today I thought I'd do a review of some doggy dental chews because this one, he's a little bit picky and also he needs some teeth cleaning, but he's also an anxious thing, so it's a little bit hard to convince him to, hello Marley, it's a little bit hard to convince him to do the toothbrushing thing, so chews are easier if he can just, do that. He has had his, excuse me Marley, he has had his teeth cleaned at the vet properly once. That was under a general anesthetic when we had his tummy thing fixed. But yeah, it would be nice if we could avoid doing another general anesthetic thing. So I was trying to find some dental chews that might help and, just, yeah. The thing is, with him being picky, I've got to find one that he likes. Now, I've got 4 here. One I'm not showing is Greenies. I tried Greenies for a while. I think like last year during dental month, the vet gave me a sample of OraVet and also Greenies. And he really liked the Greenies, so I got a box of it in his size. And he just he chewed through it too quickly and I don't think it gave him any benefit. And then this year when I went for his checkup, they made a comment about his teeth not being the greatest, so I was like, well, Greenies, thanks for that. So here we've got these Dentalife things. Hello, Hopi. Dingo Mini Dental Spirals. OraVet, yeah, and also the Pedigree Dentastix. And I think I'll start with these because I think these are the medium, are they the medium size ones? Oh, I don't know what it says. But yeah, no, so it's a little bit hard to do a review when they're all so into it. But yeah, no, so obviously I've got a small dog and I got medium Dentastix. So these are the ones that I was giving to him before the Greenies, and usually I actually get the large size, but I guess is that the large size? I don't know, I'm heaps confused now. 10 to 25 kilograms, is that a large dog or a medium dog? Usually it says, but whatever. Usually I get the large ones, and then I just break off a bit for him and give the rest to the Labrador. The Labrador's got good teeth, don't you, Marley? You have really good teeth because you chew everything. Yeah. So, in terms of reviewing, now, I'm not a vet or anything, I don't know how well these things clean, but I'm going to go on, how much they chew on it, because, if they chew it really quickly, obviously it's not getting enough off their teeth. And then also I'm sort of judging how happy my little picky dog is to eat it. So, yeah, and then obviously I'm not going to feed him all of these at once, because you should only do, once a day. So, yeah, he's getting impatient with me. So I'll do these over the next few days, and yeah, anyway, let's start with these. I know we're going to open it. Yeah, oh my god. So what I do, I think, yeah, maybe it's medium, I don't know. Yeah, so that he's got the small one. The thing about these ones, one of the things about Greenies that I liked is that when you buy a packet, if you buy it for the smaller dogs, they don't charge you extra, so these ones, they come in packs of 7, and, I buy, a massive box full of them. And the packs of 7, or whatever, it doesn't matter what size they are, they cost the same. So they all come with 7, but if it's a small dog one, you're getting less product and paying more. That's one of the reasons I go for the larger sizes, especially if they're on special. Because, why would I spend, I'm just not getting value. The large ones cost the same as the small ones. You might as well break a bit off. If you've only got one dog, just one little dog, just break it in half or whatever. And there you go. So that's why I do that. Whereas the Greenies, they actually adjusted how many of the things you get per weight or whatever. So each weight costs the same, but the number that you get for a smaller dog is a lot better. Okay, so as you can see, Hope really likes this stuff, so I'm gonna give him one in a bit. I'm just gonna turn the camera around, so if you don't mind, Hopi, just waiting a little bit longer. Alright, Hopi, go. Oh my god, where are we going? All finished? That was good, eh? Yeah, happy dog. Still sniffing around for more. Okay, so the Dentastix was about 1 minute of chew time once I shortened it to be around his size. I mean, you could get more chew out of it if you gave him the whole thing, but he's only a little dog and he probably shouldn't have that much. You know, I don't want him to get a tummy ache or anything. So yeah, with Dentastix, I've noticed like over all the period of time that I've been giving it to him, he really loves it. He will chew it almost all the time. The only times he won't accept it is if he's feeling a little bit off or overly anxious. In that case, you know, sometimes he'll have like a chicken strip or something, you know, something easier to chew. That's the only time he really rejects it from memory. Otherwise, he's right into it. He loves it and he would chew it. I think sometimes I worry a bit that he's mostly chewing on one side because like it's not the hardest thing to chew. But I think in that video you could see he was sort of switching between different sides. It's just that when he does that initial chomp, he usually favors, I think, this side. So yeah, that's Dentastix, and then tomorrow we'll move on to one of the other ones. Okay, so day 2, this time we're going to look at the Dingo Mini Dental Spirals. Now, as you can see, this one's almost empty. The main reason I've been feeding them so much that it's more empty than some of the other packets is because when I opened it, so a lot of these, they come with like, you know, those sort of Ziploc kind of things, and when I opened it, it broke immediately. So yeah, I've been doing this sort of awkward curling thing to try and keep things fresh and all that. It comes in a 21 pack, so if you're giving them every day, it'll last like 3 weeks, I suppose. But yeah, no, it was just like a little bit annoying. So one thing I forgot to mention yesterday is with the Dentastix, see how like I've just had to tear it open? They do have this reseal thing, but like it's so fiddly and like I don't bother using it. So I just leave it open. But because there's only 7 in a packet, it's not usually open as long as if it was like a 3-week one. So if that's something that bothers you, I mean, the dogs are gonna eat it anyway. I think freshness is more of like a human concern, especially with like things that are processed like this, not gonna go off really. But yeah, that's just something to notice about the packaging. Anyway, so yeah, this is supposedly real parsley flavor, which I'm like, I think that's another thing that's designed for human interests rather than dog interests, because I don't know that they really care about parsley. I'm pretty sure the Dentastix don't really have any particular flavor listed, but yeah, these ones do. So the Dingo Spiral, yeah, aesthetically also a thing for humans, but yeah, it still smells like a dog treat to me. So Hope really likes these. He does eat them pretty quickly. They're kind of small, as you can see. Like, yes, it's for a small dog, but he can chew. He's not one of these wimpy dogs that takes forever to chew something. He will just like nom nom nom. And oh my god, I told the dogs to stay, and yeah, they're actually staying today. So anyway, I won't torture them any further. I can see the big dog's drooling. I've got an extra treat for him, so don't worry that he's not getting anything from me not breaking this today. But yeah, I'll turn the camera around and we'll see how long it takes Opie to eat this one. Okay, go. All done. Was that good? Okay, so as you can see, that took Hope about a minute, which is about the same amount of time it took him to eat the Dentastix. So yeah, very, very similar kinds of things going on there. They both also make a lot of the same claims. So if we just look back at the Dentastix one. So it says triple action, scientifically proven to reduce the buildup of tartar by up to 80%, clean hard to reach teeth and support gum health, unique X shape, specially designed, gently abrasive texture, active ingredients, no added sugar, low in fat, 82 calories per stick. Okay, that's only for this size. If you give him less, obviously it's less. No added artificial colors or flavors, daily routine. So this one sort of emphasizes health a bit more, I think. But otherwise, it's making essentially the same claims as the Dingo Mini Dental Spirals, which it says stuff, you know, tear into tartar care. Unique shape your dog will love, so they both claim to have a fancy shape. Helps reduce tartar and plaque with natural chewing action. Helps freshen breath with parsley flavor. So the main difference with this is it talks about fresher breath, whereas the Dentastix don't make any such claim. And that's really more about humans rather than the cleaning action. So for me, I'm a bit like, yeah, I don't give a shit because they still smell like dogs in the end, but you know, whatever. So yeah, it says, everyone loves doggy kisses. Now they can be even sweeter with Dingo Dental Spirals for fresh breath. Real parsley flavor helps clean and freshen breath while your dog enjoys the teeth cleaning spiral treat. Every spiral is a delicious reward that both you and your dog will appreciate. Yeah, they kind of make the same claims, but if you're kind of looking to choose between them, now I don't remember how much these cost, unfortunately, like I got them a while ago, so yeah, sorry about that. I didn't really plan to make a review video of it, but hey, yay for spontaneous, what if I did a dog treat video? Anyway, so out of these two that we've looked at so far, this one is making more health claims like, you know, you can feed it to your dog, it's okay. It doesn't have all this other bad stuff. This one is more trying to emphasize fresh breath, which, I don't know, I guess if you're putting your face next to your dog's face a lot, maybe, but I don't know. Shall I grab Hope and see how he smells? Hope, come here. Hope, how is your breath? Yeah, no, he still smells like a dog, to be honest, and he's a little bit unhappy with me for just sort of grabbing him and going, hey, how do you smell, Hope? Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Show me. Yeah, you still smell like a dog. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. He feels kind of awkward. He probably wants another treat for having to be put through that. But yeah, so I don't know, the fresh breath claim I'm not sold on, but it took him the same amount of time to eat them. It's a little bit smaller, so if you are concerned about health type stuff, maybe that one doesn't really matter because he's having a much smaller amount. I couldn't really tell you how well they actually clean, but in terms of chew time, about the same. That's all I've got to say on this one, so tomorrow we'll move on to one of the others. Okay, it's day 3, and today we're going to look at the Dentalife Treats. Now, straight away you can see that the treat color is kind of the same as the Dentastix one, where they haven't tried to make it like green or anything to try and make it seem fresh. But yeah, no, there's a lot of differences, so we'll have a quick look at the packet before I give it to him. So, you know, they reckon it's scientifically tested to reduce tartar buildup. They just talk about the testing done on small and medium-sized chew treats, so yeah, it doesn't really tell you much about where that was done. No artificial colors and flavors. Chewy porous texture helps clean hard to reach teeth, blah blah. On the back they're saying, they've got this little ramble about it, and then they go, it's got 8 distinct ridges, so they're another one who's emphasizing the shape of it as somehow being important. They all seem to think they have a great shape. Anyway, helps clean hard to reach teeth down to the gum line, helps freshen breath, no artificial colors or flavors, wholesome ingredients, and tasty chicken flavor. Yes, I will get to you! Wholesome ingredients and a tasty chicken flavor. So what's interesting about this one is, I think you remember I said this one, they seem to be focusing more on health, whereas this one seemed to be focusing a bit more on fresh breath as like the main differences between them. This one is kind of trying to say that it's healthy and it freshens breath. So yeah, that's just an interesting observation, but we'll see how Hopi likes it and how long it takes him to eat it. He usually likes these ones. I did try and feed him last week, but he was feeling a bit ill, so we'll see how he goes today. I'll just turn the camera around. Ready, go! Hold on. That was good, hey? Gotta get the fly. Get the fly. Okay, so that was the Dentalife. As you can see, Hope's pretty into it. He's still trying to get some more. And it took him about a minute and a half. So compared to the Dingo Dental Treats for his size, and then the Dentastix, which I cut down to his size, it did take a little bit longer, which I'm a little bit surprised. Because to me, like, my impression was that they were all about the same, but he did take a little bit longer. So, you know, as I said, I don't know how to judge how well they clean, but I think chew time is one thing, because if they're spending more time chewing it, that's more chance for it to get everything off the teeth. So in terms of chew time, this one so far has come out on top. And he also likes it enough, it's tasty enough that he goes for it. So I think that's probably a good sign. You did see that it's a bit different to some of the others in the way that it chewed. Like, he would bite down on it and then it would sort of like break into pieces a little bit more easily, and then he'd chew on the individual pieces. Whereas with the other ones, he sort of more chews on it for a bit until he breaks a bit off himself, and then he chews on that a little bit more. So I don't know if that's a factor. It probably has something to do with it being porous, and yeah, I don't know how much of the porous thing affects it. It probably does like help if you're worried about your dog getting a little bit fat or whatever. Obviously, if it's got little air bubbles in it, then you're not actually giving as much as it looks like you're giving. So maybe that helps. But anyway, so that's that. And tomorrow, or whenever we film again, we'll go and have a look at the OraVet, which is what the vet recommended on more than one occasion. But we'll see how that goes. For now, though, we're going to play and try and catch that fly that's been running around. Oh yeah, and in terms of fresh breath, I did pick him up again and have a sniff. I can't really tell. Hope's never had issues with bad breath that I can remember, so to me, he just smells like dog and there's no difference. So I'm not sold on any of the fresh breath claims, to be honest. All right, time for day 4, and today we're looking at OraVet, which is the one that the vets seem most excited about. It's definitely the one that seems to be the most fancy in terms of, like, I mean, they have percentages on the front and all that. Which makes it look good, but you know, some of this is marketing, right? So, yeah, no, we'll have a quick look at what it says. It reckons it reduces bad breath, reduces tartar, reduces plaque. And then on the back it says some more stuff. Combats bacterial attachment, the starting point of plaque, calculus, and bad breath. Each chew contains this chemical that coats the teeth, tongue, and gingiva to create a protective barrier against bacteria that cause bad breath and are the basis for plaque. And it also breaks down and effectively removes existing plaque and tartar through mechanical action. And they say, like, look at a little picture of the thing. Dual ingredient blocks bacteria, chewing action cleans teeth. And so this one's a little bit different in that it doesn't make any claims that it's going to be tasty. And they come in these little individually wrapped things. So if you're not a fan of excessive plastic, that may annoy you a little bit. Oh my god, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so this is the only one that is just basically a rectangle, and then it's sort of like that little white bit is sort of dented in there, whereas the other ones are trying to be like more twisty shapes, and you know, these two have little ridges on it. This is the twisty one, and even that, you know, still has like, it's kind of got a 4-pointed star shape that goes into that twist, and whereas this is just like that. So I guess they're trying to say they don't think that shape is important. Another thing is, like, it's green, and when you open it to smell it, it doesn't smell that much like, I mean, it does have a bit of a dog food kind of smell, but I don't know. To me, it just feels a bit different, and it feels like they are going for a sort of mintier kind of thing, which I don't think dogs really want to be a sort of minty kind of taste. So that's my reservation. Like, and then I mean, like, I'll give it to Hope in just a moment, but what I already know about this one is, yes, it takes him longer to chew it, but he also doesn't like the taste as much, so sometimes he'll play with it for quite a while before he actually starts nibbling, and he'll only really go for it if Marley is here. Marley is watching, so, you know, he'll eat it because he doesn't want the other dog to get it. But anyway, we'll see how Hope does with it today. Hopefully he will go for it. We won't spend ages watching. And yes, I've got a little treat for Marley as well. So let me turn around the camera and we'll see how he goes today. And then I guess we'll sum up everything as best we can. And go. Got it? Got it? Good boy. Where are we going with that? You're not sure, are you? Oh, but Marley's watching. Good boy, Hopi. What you got? You gonna eat it? What is it? What is it? Trying to sniff for something a bit better, huh? You're gonna eat the treat, Hopi? Otherwise Marley will get it. What you looking at? So far you've only played with it, huh? Good boy, you chew. What's going on, Hopi? Have you had enough? All done? Hopi, there's one little bit there. One more little bit. Gonna eat that? Gonna leave that for Marley, are you? That's alright, you don't have to eat it. Alright, you're a good boy. Hey? Yeah, you've done good. Hopi, can Marley have it? Marley. Marley. Hopi doesn't want it. Good boy, Hopi. Hey, hey, Hopi, give it to Marley. Oh, sweetie. Come on. Guys. Good. Marley, go. Marley, go. Marley. Hope doesn't want it. Come on, Marley. Don't be scared. Marley. There you go. All done. Okay, so the OraVet did take him a long time to eat. It's hard to say exactly how much was chew time. I definitely think it's more chew time than any of the others. But he also spent a lot of time just sort of like dropping it, staring at it, pausing, deciding whether or not he wanted to keep eating it. And that's the big downside with OraVet. Like, okay, the vet's recommending it. That's great. But, you know, so like, I want to trust the vet and be like, okay, the vet's probably recommending the best one there is. Problem is, the dog doesn't like it. The first time I gave it to him, he just stared at it like, what is this? The first time he actually ate one, like actually made the attempt, he ate part of the green bit, then he got up to the white bit and just decided, no, this isn't for me. So if you remember, it's got that little white squiggle, which, like, you know, I guess is meant to remind us of toothpaste or something. I don't know what it actually is. But yeah, like, that's for our aesthetic. The dog doesn't like that. And today, like, you know, some days he doesn't finish it all. I mean, today he left the tiniest little bit, but sometimes he'll get halfway and he won't eat the rest of it. And then Marley gets the rest. And that's just like, it says, oh, this works if you give it 28 days in a row. And I'm like, he's not going to eat it 28 days in a row. To make this video, I had to make sure he was hungry enough. Like, he'd been sitting around for a bit and I offered him, like, you know, some dry treats and whatever. And he accepted things, like, because he's picky. Sometimes he doesn't accept those kinds of treats. And he did today. And then he walked off to try and eat his dry food, which is out all day because, you know, he only eats it when he's hungry. So I waited for that. And then I came and did this video and gave it to him. So he was eating that when he was actually hungry. Other times, he's just like, he won't accept it unless he's starving pretty much. Whereas the other ones, he will tend to eat as long as he's not feeling like a tummy ache or something. Yeah, so like, it's great to make something like this that presumably has better ingredients and like actually is harder, so it does take him longer to chew, and you know, having more chewing action probably does help with the teeth. But if he doesn't like it and he's not going to eat it, doesn't really make a difference, does it? So that's kind of like the major downside, is it's just not tasty enough for the dog. So I can't give it to him every day. He won't accept it. He has to have Marley watching, because if he doesn't have that threat that it's going to get taken away, he won't have it. You know, playing the dog psychology and all that. And I think, you know, especially with like that white bit and then making it green, which like we associate with minty freshness and all that. And then compared to the others, I feel like this does have more of a hint of a minty smell. And they just haven't put enough effort into making sure it tastes good. Like, yay for cleaning, please make it taste good. So, yeah, mixed bag this one. You know, it probably works better, but the dog doesn't want it. So, to sum up, so we've looked at 4 now, and, you know, Greenies were kind of shit, so we won't even look at that. But, yeah, no, out of these 4, okay, so I probably won't get the Dingo one again, just because, like, he likes it, but it didn't feel like it really gave that much benefit. It doesn't give that much chew time, and yeah, that one was trying to impress us with like promises of nice smell and whatever. So yeah, I just didn't feel like that one was really worth it. I think in terms of like the balance of how tasty it is and how much he likes to chew it, I'm actually surprised to say Dentalife's probably the winner, because, you know, it took 50% longer. It's not much compared to this one, but, you know, a little bit up on that. And he seemed really happy with it. He will eat it most days quite happily, unless he has a stomach ache or some issue. So yeah, pretty good. But I'm also still going to keep buying the Dentastix, just because, like, they often have them at the local store. I don't have to go online to order it. So if I'm running low and I don't have time to order things, I just go up to the shop and get it. And, you know, when these are on special, I've seen them, like, discounted quite heavily in my area and a few other places. So that's when I buy them. And then also, if you buy the large dog one, you could, or even the medium dog, I think this is, you know, you can break a little bit off to give to the other dog so that he doesn't feel left out. So this one's pretty handy, and also Hope really likes this. I think, like, he likes this, but I think he likes this even better. So, you know, I'm trying to balance, like, yes, I want his teeth cleaned, but I also want him to actually eat it, because if he doesn't eat it, he doesn't get any cleaning. And with this one, I think I might keep getting them, but I only give occasionally, because, you know, he really has to be in the mood to accept it. So that's the difficulty, is, yes, I would like to do what the vet recommends, but sometimes it's just not practical. You've got to take your dog's personality and preferences into account. So, yeah. And the one thing I didn't check on this is whether it fixes breath or not. I know, like, with all the other ones, well, I didn't do it with this one, but with that one, I had a sniff, I think, off camera just to check, and it still smelled like dog to me. I'll just quickly go and grab Hope and see what he smells like after this one, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to make any difference. Be back. Okay, so I think the smell of the OraVet did linger in his mouth a little bit longer, but to me, because Hope doesn't have like really bad breath or anything, it just doesn't feel like something that's important. So when they're making all these promises, yeah, it really doesn't make that much difference to me. So yeah, I wouldn't buy these things based on promises of bad breath unless your dog really has a problem. But if your dog really has a problem with bad breath, you probably want to get them checked at the vet, because there might be like some tooth decay or something, you know, or it could just be like something they've eaten, so maybe you need to change their diet a little bit. I don't feel like these things are really the greatest if your focus is bad breath. I think what you really want to focus on is cleaning, especially if you have a dog who is not going to accept an actual toothbrush shoved in his mouth. So, yeah, these ones. So, In terms of winner, I think this one is the bottom of the ranking, and I think we'll go for Dentalife coming first in terms of like cleaning, Dentastix coming first in terms of like his happiness, his taste, you know, he really gets into that, and OraVet comes last out of these three, comes in third place, just because, like, yes, it probably cleans nicely, but he doesn't like it. Sometimes he just leaves it, he won't chew through the whole thing, and that's kind of not good. So I hope this has been helpful, and just to wrap up, I'll show you a couple of other things, other treats that take a long time to chew, but that aren't classified as like dental treats. I think they're just like designed to occupy the dog, keep them amused for a bit. But otherwise, this is it for the dental side of things. Yeah, hope it was helpful. If you know of a product that works better for your dog, I'd be heaps curious to hear it, so like leave it in the comment section. Some of these, I don't know, this is Australia. If you're overseas, I don't know if you can get the same kind of stuff. Same if you leave me a recommendation. I don't know if I'll be able to get them in Australia because, you know, obviously things are always a bit different. But if we can share some information about like what is the best dental products for dogs who don't like having their teeth brushed, that'd be really helpful because, yeah, there's a lot of them out there and it's hard to know which ones they're going to be happy with. Anyway, I'll show you those other treats and then say goodbye. Okay, so here's one that Dave gets for Marley, but they're also nicely shaped and nicely sized for Hope. They're these black dog treats. He really likes them. They are a bit harder for him to chew though, so sometimes he also gets tired, in the same way with the OraVet. The OraVet I think he just doesn't like, but this one he actually gets a little bit tired trying to eat. They're chicken skewers, so it's got like chicken on the outside, and I think that's rawhide in the middle. Yeah, blah blah blah. And there's all the different things they say. Now on the side, what? Low fat, boredom buster, high protein, low salt. This one does reckon it promotes dental health, and it's great tasting. So yeah, a few times I've given him one of these instead of his dental treat, but it doesn't seem to be like the primary claim like the other products. I think it's more to do with just like keeping them occupied and giving them something tasty to eat, and he really likes that, and so does Marley. And then there's this one, which I recently found at the supermarket, just because, like, you know, I was going out and, you know, I felt a bit guilty if I didn't bring something back that day. I can't remember exactly why, but I found these in the supermarket. They're like a rawhide bone kind of thing, which Hope doesn't usually eat this type of rawhide, but because it's got this meaty stuff inside it, he actually really quite likes it. And it takes him a long time. Sometimes he does get a little bit frustrated and will like run around the house with it, not chewing it, just trying to keep the other dog from getting it. But eventually he does chew most of it, and he has a bit of fun with that. Oh goodness. I've given Marley one as well, but it's too small for him. He can just chew it in like 5 seconds. Hoppy! My goodness! Yeah, Marley can chew them in like 5 seconds, so I try not to give them to him because it's not really worth it. But Hope gets a good chew time out of it. Now, what does this say on the back? Da-la-la, da-la-la. Yeah, fun to chew. And promote clean teeth and gums, so, you know, they do mention those kinds of things, but they're not really advertising it on the front. So, like, with these ones, I think, like the two that I've just shown you, I think it's more to do with like keeping them occupied and giving them something tasty, whereas the other ones that I showed you before are more saying, no, actually, we are definitely trying to do the dental thing. So yeah, that's all for now. I hope it was helpful, and leave me your tips and your experiences because yeah, I'm always trying to find new ways to help Hopi keep his teeth clean. And being a picky dog, it can be really hard, especially like, you know, Labradors will eat just about anything, won't you, Marley? Marley, you eat everything, won't you? Hey, shall we sneak you some of Hopi's food? Hopi leaves his food out all day. If it's in the bowl, it's out of bounds, but if it's on the outside, Marley can have it. Marley, go, get it. See, he eats it on the outside, but he won't go on the inside. How good behavior is that? You know, a Labrador who won't steal the food from the little dog. Amazing.